Okay, this is Shekinah.
I'm Jedediah.
And we're Kaiji. Today we're gonna do a Q&A. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, today we're gonna do a Q&A. You hear a disembodied voice from beyond the camera. It's my mother. So she's just gonna ask us questions that you guys might have. We don't have any subscribers. Well, actually, we do. But we don't have as many, so before y'all come in our comments and ask us questions when we blow up, we'll just refer you to this video. All right. First question.
What are your ages?
I'm 25.
I'm 21. The big two.
I know we have the faces of angels. Immortal, very cherub-like, very youthful faces, but yeah, I'm almost 30.
17.
Okay. Give 3 words to describe yourselves.
You can go first.
No, please. You go, please. You go, please.
3 words to describe myself. Nonchalant. And genius. And probably athletic. I don't know. I feel like I can play anything. Oh, yeah, probably introverted.
Yeah, the most important one. Shoot.
Jay?
Oh, yikes.
I can do it for you.
Nice. I don't know. I guess I would say I'm not kind.
You're more kind than me.
I know. I'll probably say funny, clown, and old school.
Body.
Oh. Tears. Tears is not describing me.
How do we describe each other though?
Emotional.
Oh, that's probably easy. If I describe you, egotistical, fat, egotistical, full of themselves.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I need to describe more than once. Mean. I would say you're genius. You are a genius.
Thanks.
And foodie.
That works. I'll probably say for you, energetic, loud, sensitive, extroverted, yeah, and very expressive. I think sensitive people are expressive, like, period. Because you stay on 60, so it don't take you long to go to 100. Like, it don't take you long at all. Alright.
Let's see. A childhood memory you think about most.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you know I wrote these.
Yikes. Are we being, like, what's the emotion? Like, happy or?
It don't matter. Just something you remember most.
I have a lot that I remember when I was a child, so it's kind of hard for me to answer this. So I'm trying to pick one.
Nigga, just say one.
You go first.
When I remember most, I'm separated by, like, who we were with. So I say, like, since we're in the video together and, like, we're best friends, I guess this would be like how people can envision us when we were younger. So we used to live in, like, this new suburb, and our house was at the bottom of this cul-de-sac, and it was like, but it went, like, it was on a hill, so the hill went down into the cul-de-sac.
I know where this is going.
And so Jay and I don't know, we just used to come up with the dumbest stuff. We were very imaginative, and And like our older siblings didn't want to play with us, but our younger siblings weren't old enough to play with us, so we only had each other. And so my mom, because we have 3 younger siblings and they're like back to back to back. So my mom bought them a wagon, like what's the name of the mom? Where you pull them? What are those called?
The red wagons. It's red wagon.
It's a red wagon.
Okay, yeah, my mom bought them, like, my brothers, Jay-Z and Malachi, they were right by each other. So I think at the time, they might have been like,
3 and 1.
yeah, like 3-year-old, yeah, 3 and 1-year-olds. And she had went out with my stepdad at the time. They had like some couples outing, and my sister was supposed to babysit us, but she did the typical teenager thing, was just on her phone, not paying attention. And so Jay and I had snuck outside and took the red wagon to the top of the hill. And for some reason, I don't know what movie I had just watched, but I thought we could steer the wagon using the the handle on the wagon, and I had Jay be the one that steers, and I don't know, we was doing great, and then it picked up more speed than we told it to. So he had ended up steering us into the curb, and we flipped out of the wagon onto the sidewalk, and we both got hurt really bad, but like that's one of my fondest memories. And that's another one.
That was supposed to be one.
No, I was going by one that me and you did.
Oh.
But I say like as a whole family, I don't know, I have a bunch.
That's what I was saying.
You did one where it was like all of us. Like,
Okay. I have a perfect one then. So this story is so there's this one time, and I used to run track to stay in check. I didn't want to run. It was more of a, not to be competitive, but to stay in shape for during basketball off season. And I think I should add I was a captain for my leadership skills, not for my actual skills. And so nobody wanted to run the 400, and me being the leader I was like, I'll do it. And I used to think I was like all that and stuff, like very mentally. Like I was like, I'm mind over matter. Like I can make my mind do whatever I can want to. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna run this whole 400, and that did not go so well.
he didn't take nobody's advice. We literally gave him advice before the meeting.
It's my story. Can I tell it?
I'm just saying. I told you to pace yourself.
Anyways, excusing her, I thought I could run the full thing as long as I put my mind to it. And so we start the race. I'm out there blazing. And first, far away from everybody, I can do this. I can keep going. And around the 200 mark, I could not keep going. I ended up started jogging, and you just
200.
Around
150.
it was 200.
Once you finished that curve, I visibly saw you like.
It's my story. Can I tell it? My lord. And so yeah, I ended up 200 mark. And yeah, my body was giving out, and my mind was saying, my mind was like, you can keep going. And deep down, my mind was like, this nigga lying to himself. And so end up in 7th because I started jogging. And then it's 7th and 8th, we're like both like, we're like, this is embarrassing. And so we both started running again. And so we're having this awesome race between 7th and 8th. Like, who's gonna be 7th? We got this. And this is like around the 100 mark, and we're running, and I'm like, bruh, I'm in pain, my heart hurts, I can't breathe. And mid 50, I give up and I started walking. And I was like, well, this is embarrassing. And so I looked towards my family for emotional support, and I couldn't see my family because they were either ducking, moving their head sideways. Who's that? That is not my son. I'm like, whose son is that? And they basically, I didn't have no family for like the rest of the 50. And so yeah, that's my story.
Trash. I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I was just mad. And it was 90 degrees. I said, this nigga brought us out for him to lose.
I never.
Ain't enough Capri Suns in the world to drink to make up for this.
I mean, it got really sad to where if I got fourth, I was ecstatic. I was happy. He even thought I won the freaking lottery the way I got so happy when I got fourth.
Yeah, track is not his thing.
But yeah, that's my story. Can't even finish it, but y'all already started laughing since I just brought it up.
I thought you was gonna talk about something else.
Okay, if you had to travel to blank, where would you want to go?
If I had to travel, I like going to like cold. Well, I don't really like tropical, cause the attraction to tropical places is the ocean, and I don't mess with the ocean. So, I actually have some pictures. Like, my goal is next year is for us to go to the Swiss Alps and to ride the red train in the mountains. And just go to like a snow like resort type of thing. So for now, that's where I want to go. Or Iceland.
Iceland.
Like Reykjavik, Iceland.
If we're talking about it was out of country, right? Or anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm gonna say out of country just to be. If it's out of country, it would probably be. I would say Japan, just for like I like their culture. Like their culture is very interesting. I would like to see it up and visit. Plus, I love their food, so I probably want to visit Japan.
Japanese food?
Mm-hmm. I love their culture. Kampai.
You about to get canceled.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure? I don't feel guilty. A guilty pleasure? Something I feel guilty about.
Sweet Jesus.
A guilty pleasure? Probably like YouTube shorts. Cause I always feel horrible about how much time I spend like scrolling through YouTube shorts.
That's your guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Cause anything that has to do with food, I don't feel guilty. Like in retrospect, like long term, I don't feel guilty.
Lord have mercy. Guilty pleasure for me. Believe it or not. Oh, does this even count? I feel like I don't read enough.
It's not a guilty pleasure.
Oh.
It's like something you enjoy, but you don't like that you enjoy it. Like you feel guilty for enjoying it.
Oh, then that's hard because I don't really feel guilty about a lot.
That's what I'm saying. You just want us to say what you think. She wants to say Uber Eats. But
I guess that is my guilty, but I don't do that no more. So
that's true.
When y'all were spending 50 and 60, and then you realized you were spending that amount of money. When you realized your savings account, you almost had a breakdown.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, I don't feel guilty. It was a lesson. Nothing to regret. Next question.
Moving, I guess, then we're going to go toward the Bible. Who can you relate to most in the Bible?
Jokingly, I want to say Jesus because he wept. Men can weep. Anyways, See, I kind of can relate to multiple. I'll just say 3 to keep it small, because there's like certain parts of people I feel like I can relate to. So I'm gonna say David, and I know most people like, well, he's fearless, and I'm not fearless. I'm slowly getting there, but David's way of always making sure he apologizes to God as soon as he made a mistake. I feel like that's something I do. Like, I'm not perfect whatsoever, but I do make sure I try to apologize as soon as possible. And then another part I would have to say is Solomon, the fact that he didn't get wisdom himself, but from others, and well, especially God, but like he didn't really have, like he wasn't talented naturally, if that makes sense. But he had people, well, God first of all, and to provide for him, which I feel like that's me. I don't feel that I'm naturally talented a lot, but I do feel like God and my family has got me far. And last is probably Moses. And no, it's on the low side. I would probably have to say I used to have anger issues, just like Moses. Like I think it chilled out, but I'd still say it would probably be Moses with the tantrums and stuff.
Okay. Definitely Peter. Cause my mom and Jay tend to be like, I always say y'all be like Jesus prototypes. Y'all are very forgiving, and I'll be like, I just cut a nigga's ear off, and y'all can fix it. Let's see, Peter. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is Peter. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Peter. I can relate to Peter, and plus, he just seemed like he wasn't the favorite, but it seemed like Jesus saw a lot of potential in him, and didn't the Bible say like he did a lot to bring people to Christ? And I feel like I need a lot of work, but that's because I'll have more impact with the work that's required of me. So yeah, I'm gonna say Peter.
Okay.
What would you say, Mom, actually? If you just had to go right off the bat for both of us?
I think I agree with Jay on Solomon more. I mean, I know he feels like that's personal between, as far as him picking David, but I would think Solomon, because Solomon was he's emotional. Mm-hmm. So although he was wise and he could pull women and he was rich, like he was all over the place though. But when you read Proverbs, you get his wisdom, but then you go to the next book and he's like, woe is me. This is this. And I'm like, really?
That is you.
And that's Jay. He has the highest highs, which is Proverbs, but then the lowest of lows, which is like, what is it, Lamentations. Mm-hmm. That's Jedediah. For you, I understand why you picked Peter, but I would say more, like, a lot of people don't know about Deborah. And she was a judge. She was the only female judge. And she became a judge because the job was really supposed to be given to a man. But she was like, and he didn't really want to do it unless she was there. So she was like, well, then I might as well go and do it. And that's kind of how you are.
That is you. She's like a mixture of that and Peter.
Yeah.
You got to be. Okay. What book is that in?
Deborah. It's in Judges.
Oh!
I think she was right before Samson, I believe. She was right before Samson.
When we get to that, that's going to be lit.
Or maybe she was after Samson. I think Samson was the first judge. So maybe after Samson. But yeah, she was a I want to say a judge and a prophet.
Judge is gonna be lit.
And I said, God told the guy to do it. And he was like, well, he didn't feel comfortable. He's like, well, I'll do it if Deborah does. And she was like, well, shoot, I might as well just go and do it myself then. What I need you for?
Alright, we can do 2 more.
What was the one? It was a question before I want to ask this last question. It's another question I want to ask because I feel like this other question will be the last question. So I'm just going to have to think of one myself. Here's one. How would you like your life to look in 5 years. And I'm gonna say, because I know that can be different, like as far financially, emotionally, mentally. I'm gonna say spiritually, since we're still in that vein.
Oh, spiritually?
Yeah.
Spiritually in 5 years. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
Spiritually in 5 years, honestly, I'm pretty sure, like, the way we have planned our life, I hope to have a stronger, like a very strong relationship with God to where I don't second guess my discernment or like my choices. I hope, I pray that I look for God's voice more and like talk to Him more to where I think most of the time I rely on like my own mind or like advice from mom or like even talking to you sometimes or like sometimes I like text grandma real quick. I don't really like to bother her, but like I talk to y'all before I talk to God. But most of the time I be like just thinking and let my mind do like the solving. 5 years. 5 years I'll be 30. And I can't wait till my 30s. I feel like my 30s is gonna be like the best decade for me. I might say that about my 40s. But I feel like my 30s is gonna be.
I mean, knowing you're gonna think your whole life is the best thing.
I feel like my 30s is gonna be lit. But spiritually, yeah. I hope I'm a lot more. I take less time to hesitate when I'm told to do something or I'm led somewhere. Like, oh, Jonah, I forgot. I was just talking to mom about this. I should have said Jonah though, because I tell it like sometimes something is told to me or like somebody prophesies into my life or like grandma will say something or mom will say something, and I'll be like, I hope you know I'm gonna run the 4 flat away from that. Like I'm gonna run like my life depends on it. I know that about myself. So yeah, I do hope I have a better love walk, but I hope the process is not as bad as what I be thinking it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be worse, but I just hope I have peace. Like that's what I hope for the most. Yeah, spiritually, I hope that I have like a sense of peace. Like even if it's chaotic or life is good, like I hope I have a consistently be in peace or have peace with whatever decision or path that's there for me.
Well, for me in 5 years is I want to be like best buddies with God, and I know most people are like, what the heck?
This nigga is Drake. Best buddies.
Best buddy. I mean, I already kind of call him best buddy, but like I feel like right now I'm at a point where if I were to die, it's more than 50, but that's all it is. Mm-hmm. And I want to have, in 5 years, really early than that, if like possible, to be where I 100% know if I'm dying, I'm going straight to heaven. Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to comfortably talk to God, because right now I talk to God, but it's more of a, I have to think to talk to God. I want it to be like, basically like my best buddy, like randomly just be like, hey God, and just start having a conversation. I think that's where I hope to be in 5 years.
That's good.
Okay, last question. What would you say are people's perceptions of you guys?
You can go first. I feel like we just talked about this.
For me, I would probably say, I'm gonna start with the negative ones first. I would probably say annoying. Annoying, loud. I know you said energetic, but I feel like some people also feel like at the same time that could be for them. Like this dude is too hyper. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I'll probably also say very ambitious. Very wants to get better. I think
self-aware. So
I think that's like my best thing about me.
it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes,
I think I'm too self-aware.
yeah, I think you're very Solomon. Like we're like I'm the greatest. God has given me all this wisdom, and then you're like, oh my gosh, my life is horrible. You go into depression, you just thinking too much. But the perception of me, I know it. I don't know. I don't think I have many positive. Like I feel like. Like I can be very indifferent and cold. Very standoffish. Like this perception by like family or by like a stranger,
Just in
either
general.
or. I'm very unserious. I can be very unserious. I can be very cutthroat. Like, I don't know. I just. What do you think?
Finally.
I can't think of anything
I
positive.
got a lot. Sheesh. Mean. I already said this earlier. They probably think you're. Well, no. I think people think you're very smart. Very, very smart, actually. I think people think probably you lower yourself to a degree, whereas they're like, why is she here?
Oh.
Cause I think you even said it in job. They're like, why are you here? Like, and you're applying here.
Oh yeah.
I think yeah, very, very, very unserious.
Oh, okay. I can't think of a
And
positive.
crazy, probably.
Yeah. Well, I'm crazy in a calm way. Like Lynn Whitfield off of Love, Thin Line Between Love and Hate. She was calm until she wasn't. She was justified. I just saw the recap on that. But
I think
a
yesterday.
positive one is like when it comes to my family, there's nothing that can get in the way.
Yeah.
Like if you do harm, or if I feel like something is negatively affecting them, and I find out what it is, it's either gonna be fixed or it's gonna be gone.
Yeah. I think I described it yesterday as if you were a killer, you're the type. Whereas sometimes you be like, oh, it's him, and then you kind of like you might get away or whatever.
Mm.
Whereas if you were to kill somebody, they wake up like, well, I'm already.
I think that's like probably the most positive, which I'm okay with, like having mad negatives and one positive, because like right now my family is my priority. So like whatever it takes for us to be good, it's gonna be done.
Legally, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You have anything for me that I might have missed?
I think you're very emotionally mature in like knowledge wise. I think you don't really apply it as much as you know it, which we talked about in the car. I'm going to the store. Oh, and I like that you're very receptive to advice. Like that's a double-edged sword, but I think most of the time it's positive, because even if you don't take it then, you'll realize it like later on. You're like, dang, I should have listened to, or from now on I'm gonna listen to blah 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 blah. And you seek advice a lot. So I think especially for a man and like for where you're gonna go and
Clap that mug.
for where you're gonna go and like our culture, I guess, it's really good that you're like that. Yeah, so shout out to Mom. She made these. She made these people. Hopefully she's proud of us. But do you have any last thoughts?
I just gotta say, just seek God and try to be the best you. Don't try to be somebody you're not, because God created who you are for a reason, and if you're a certain way, it's for a reason. try to find your purpose in that.
Yeah. I'd probably say, in whatever you do, like, you need to ask, seek, and knock. But the most important thing that you do is ask. Something my grandma told me a long, long time ago. And I just think when you're, like, you should be forever seeking and looking to improve in every area of your life. And the only guidance that will be consistent, but also good, but also sovereign, is God. So, above all else, seek Him. And yeah. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We don't have any social media pages to link right now, but they'll be up sometime soon. Jay and I just have to get over our media phobia. We don't like people in our business. Well, I don't. But yeah, hope you guys have a blessed day and see you next time.